Hey guys, so today I'll be showing you my custom painted Gundam Mark II into the real type color version. So this kit was originally the Build Fighters version of the Mark II. I just rearranged some parts like the V-fin I changed into the original V-fin, and the chest vents I also changed into the original chest vents because those are the only difference between this guy and the Build Mark II version. And then I just repainted it into the real type colors, which is now the yellow parts are changed into gold. The navy blue parts are changed into black. Red parts are changed into that moss green color that they love to use for any real type color version. And then the gray parts are now changed into gunmetal. And I think that's it for the color difference between the real type colors and the original Mark II colors. And then as for stickers, the original stickers are the camera lens on the head, the eyes, and then the camera lens on the weapons here, as well as the yellow triangles here on the shield. But I didn't use any of the stickers. Um, the eyes were painted into metallic green with the border uh, outlined with a Gundam marker. And then the camera lens here on the uh, beam rifle was retained here as a sticker, and that's the only sticker that I use for this kit. The others are just painted. Um, as for accessories, the Mark II here, um, it doesn't have all of the original accessories of the Mark II because I gave some of them to my custom painted RX-78 version of the Gundam Mark II. So it only has the beam rifle, the shield, and the beam saber. The original beam saber for this kit is the weird beam saber that they love to use for old kits, which has the beam effect part already attached onto the handle with a hand on it. So you have to paint the hand and the beam effect part to make it accurate, but I threw it away because I don't really like it. And the original beam saber handles here can be removed from the rack, although mine I cannot remove it because the paint made it stiff and it's hard to pull out the beam saber handle, but you can remove it on your own version. And there's a hole on the handle wherein you can put any old style UC or seed beams to use for your Gundam Mark II. So you don't need the beam saber handle with a hand to use on your Gundam Mark II. And then for the beam rifle, it's just a solid gray with a secondary handle here that moves up and down like so. And then for the hands, you have a pair of holding hands and then a beam rifle holding hand here which with a trigger finger on the rifle here, as you can see. Although the hands are a bit big for the kit, so it looks ugly. So that's why I changed the hands on my RX-78 recolor version, because these hands are really big and blocky for the Mark II here. I might change the hands on this guy if I can find some of the other build knuckle hands that I have lying around. And then for the shield, I repainted it into a moss green for the red part here, and then black on the big piece here, and then gold for the yellow pieces here on the end, and then a gunmetal here for the inside of the shield itself. So that's the accessories for this guy. In terms of articulation, the head is on a ball joint and a hinge, as you can see here, which moves the head a little bit up and down and also side to side and rotate. And then the torso here has a joint for the shoulder, which lets it move up and down like so, and also forward and back. And then the shoulder itself can rotate all the way around. And then the shoulder armor is separate from the shoulder joint, which moves up and down. And then there's a joint inside the shoulder, which lets it move out about that far. And then there's a separate bicep swivel. The elbows are only on a single joint, which bends about that far, only 90 degrees, because again, this is an old kit. And then the hands are on a ball joint, which can rotate and wiggle around. As for the torso, it doesn't have any torso movement anywhere. the only moving part is on the waist area here, which lets it move in and out a little bit because of the loose polycap inside the torso, and it can also rotate about that far until it hits the black part here on the mid waist. And then the front skirts are molded together, so they can move up about that far. Side skirts can move in and out a little bit and also rotate. And then the hips are on the old ball joints, which lets it move in and out like so. And then the legs forward about that far, go back that far until it hits the back skirt, side about that far, and the knees are on double joints, but they can only bend about 90 degrees. And then the ankles are on a ball joint, which lets the foot go forward and back, side to side, and rotate. And then the foot guards here can move up and down on a hinge, and then the foot can move down for the transformation on when it's riding the G Defensor. I think that's what it's called. Or the, I forgot the name of the plane, because I think the G Defensor is the one that docks on the back of the Mark II so that it will become the Super Gundam. Or maybe it's the other way around. So yeah. So that's the real type color Mark II. Again, if you want a better version of it, you can find the P Bandai version, which uses the revived version of the Gundam Mark II as a base and just has the color scheme of the real type colors. So yeah, if you can find it, go and get it, because it's a great. The revived version of the Mark II is a great kit, and it's also solid for the time. But if you don't have it or you cannot find it, you can just buy the Build Gundam Mark II version and just repaint it into the original real type colors and just change the V-fin and the chest vents into the original Mark II, that like what I did. So yeah, so here is the real type colors next to the RX-78 colors of the Gundam Mark II. So yeah, the other weapons of this guy were all transferred here on the RX-78 version, like the bazooka and the earmuffs. So it doesn't have it anymore, because I don't have the extra earmuffs and bazooka from this guy, because this guy is I think this was a second-hand kit that doesn't have any of the original accessories. That's why it doesn't have the earmuffs and the beam, the bazooka here. So yeah. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye!